Assalamualaikum and a very good day to Dr. Faiza Ismail and my fellow friends. We are from Group 11 and we will be presenting the process of how we organize our webinar session on the topic the importance of credit score. I am Nur Fariha Hanani and my metric number is 264481. I will be explaining regarding the general info about the bankruptcy and the credit score as introduction to this topic. First, personal bankruptcy or insolvency. When a person has too many debts and is unable to pay within the time frame set by the creditors, he is forced to file the bankruptcy. Malaysian Department of Insolvency state that a debtor is declared bankrupt if the person is unable to pay its debt, totaling at least 30,000 ringgit Malaysia. Next, credit card purchasing behavior is an uncontrollable attitude. According to a study made by the Malaysian Department of Insolvency in 2019, 60% file bankruptcy every day. The majority of them are young adults aged 18 to 35 years old. The major factor influencing credit card purchasing behavior is uncontrollable attitude towards spending among college students. Thirdly, young adults make a significant contribution to the economy. It seems reasonable to assist them in managing their finance in a way that will benefit their future and help them establish a good credit history, since the youngster will be the next largest spender in Malaysia. Next, I will be talking about the issue on this topic. The first issue is about young people aged 22 to 28 have a weaker credit management during COVID-19 pandemic. According to the Experian Information Services Experian iScore analysis, around 39% of youngsters aged around 22 to 28 years old credit rating deteriorated in the COVID-19 affected year. Experts advise youngster consumer to take proactive steps to enhance financial literacy as early as possible to avoid mismanagement of their credit card usage. Secondly, the importance of the credit reporting. Credit reporting services like CITOS collect and analyze the data about both consumer and businesses, resulting in the report that are subsequently used by variety of businesses who find it beneficial or even necessary in interacting with their clients and customers. Next, the objective of this webinar. The first objective is to help youngsters, especially university students, acquire knowledge about the credit score. Most youngsters nowadays are clueless about the credit score. In order to help them prepare for the upcoming commitment, this webinar session organized by us aim to help the youngsters at least have a basic knowledge about the credit score. Secondly, to encourage youths, especially university students, to plan their spending wisely using indebted methods. The majority of bankruptcy cases resulted from inability to repay the debt, such as installment purchases, personal loans, and credit card debt. In that regard, we aim to help them to avoid bankruptcy at the young age by knowing how to build a good credit score by managing their debt wisely. The third objective is to dismantle the importance of having good credit score. Having a good credit score can help them to achieve their financial and personal goals easily. It might mean a difference between being approved or denied for a major loan like mortgage loan or car loan. This can also have a direct impact on how much interest or fee they will have to pay if their loan is approved. That's all from me, and I will pass the presentation to the next presenter.
So for the first issue, our topic is young people aged 22 to 28 have a weaker credit management during COVID-19. So according to the Experian Information Services Experian iScore analysis, around 39% of the 22 to 28 years old credit rating deteriorated in the COVID-19 affected year. Experian advised younger Malaysian customers to take a proactive step to enhance financial literacy as early as possible. According to the Experian Information Services, younger Malaysia experienced the greatest change in the credit mix from year 2018 to 2020. It's because 3 years ago, the majority of their credit facility was made up of government and the university loan, among the other things. So younger consumers, according to their experience, are new to the credit since they lack credit management skill. Mismanagement of the credit can lower consumer credit score and make it more difficult to obtain the credit in the future. Monitoring our own credit score will make sure a better appreciation of credit management through life. For the second issue is importance of the credit reporting. Credit reporting services like CITOS collect and analyze data about both consumer and the business, resulting in reports that are subsequently used in the variety of the business who find it beneficial or even necessary in interacting with their client and the customer. Credit reporting agencies are supported by the central bank around the world because they help to increase financial inclusion among the unbanked and underbanked. For community partner, our target is university student and the range of age from 18 to 24 years old. Why we choose this community partner is they are at the age and they are going to the world job, and in the future there will possibility they will make a commitment with a bank to buy something they need. The total participant that joined our talk session is 8 people, which are 7 female and 1 male.
These are the process that we have been go through for our service learning. So the first is choose the topic. This is the starting point, which we need to discuss among the team member and find out the suitable topic for our service learning. And then approval from doctor. After deciding the topics for our service learning, we have been asked for the approval from doctor. After get the approval, we continue with the next process. And the third is preparation. So we proceed with preparing module for the webinar. We have been creating the content for the community partners, which is suitable for them to understand about the credit score. And then we conduct the service learning. This is the day we did the webinar. Before start the webinar, we have been distributed questionnaire to know their knowledge about the credit score, and then the talk session about the credit score, and lastly the quiz Kahoot session. And lastly, for the process is collect data and record. We use all the data from the questionnaire and also the Kahoot quiz Kahoot. We summarize it for our report.
Output from the service learning. Before the webinar session began, we distributed some credit score related questions to the community partners in order to assess their level of understanding of the topic. And we have a total of 8 responses from this pre-discussion questionnaire. We can say that the community partners think that credit scores are important for everyone and they have heard of credit score but not in detail. And secondly, most of them plan to apply loan or credit card in the future, and half of them think that the credit score will be good as long as they don't have any credit or personal debt. After the webinar session, we have given the community partners some questions regarding our module content, and we put a time limit between each question where they must answer the questions correctly and think fast given the limited time for 30 seconds. So most of them managed to answer them correctly after the talk has given. So from this post-discussion quiz, the final output of the community partners indicates a satisfactory level of understanding about the importance of credit score, and they now understand that credit score as one factor in determining loan and credit terms. For the benefits of service learning, from the presenter's point of view, we develop skills in critical thinking, problem solving, decision making, collaboration and communication. We also have a better understanding of the meaning of credit score, thus learning more about our capacity for serving others. And lastly, we develop a deeper understanding among ourselves and also empathy and respect for others. For the benefit of community partners, they gain more knowledge regarding the topic where they have an increased sense of credit score.
I will carry on with the limitation and suggestion for improvement for our service learning. The first limitation for us is lack of interaction. So actually we can ask more questions randomly during the webinar to the community partners. We can approach them nicely and make the good connection among us. And then the second limitation is technical issue. This is actually out of our control. So actually we can use another platform which is more convenient to us. We need to be more well prepared before the webinar session. And then lastly, for the limitation is low level of effectiveness. We can actually create more challenging questions to the community partners to know more about their knowledge of credit score. So the conclusion for our service learning is we have been successfully completed it, and then we managed to prepare a suitable module for the service learning to our community partners, and then we also get a good feedback from the community partners as they understand about the credit score, and we also able to increase awareness to the community partners about the importance of credit score.
In this session, we are going to learn about the importance of credit score. Next. Okay, the meaning of credit history, credit report, and credit score is important for you to know. Credit history ni is a record of the credit accounts that you own, as well as information about those accounts, such as the type of account, your responsibility of the account, as example, whether you were a joint borrower, and the credit limit or amount of the loan, the current balance, minimum payments made, whether you have made any late payments, and the current account status. Credit score is a 3-digit figure, usually between 300 and 850. That number measures your credit worthiness and predicts your ability to repay the loans. So this will assist the banks and the lenders in evaluating your credit and loan application. So these scores are calculated by credit reporting bureaus using their own proprietary models. So personal information such as your race, your gender, your religion, your marital status, savings or deposit information, income data or criminal history will never be considered in your score. Credit report is similar to a report card on how well you handle your overall finances. So it is often provided by a credit reporting agency or credit bureau and contains information about your credit histories. So why is a credit score is important is because when you apply for the bank's financial product such as personal loan, your mortgage, your car loan or credit card, your credit score is very important because your credit score will be used by banks or financial organizations or even companies to assess the reliability of your financial health.
So we're going to talk about the CCRIS and the CITOS. CCRIS is a short form word from the Central Credit Reference Information System. It's a system developed by the Credit Bureau of Bank Negara Malaysia (BNM) to offer standardized credit report on potential borrower. So all Malaysian borrower credit-related information is collected by the CCRIS from participating financial institutions. So the participating financial institutions include all licensed commercial banks, Islamic banks, investment bank, developed financial institutions, and a variety of the financial institutions, such as insurance. So in order to comply CCRIS report, the CCRIS system receives data from the bank, insurance company, payment instrument issuer, credit leasing companies, credit leasing organization, government agency, and the private utility companies. So the borrower, outstanding credit, special attention account, and the credit application will all be included in the CCRIS credit report. We provide factual data that financial institutions can use. So credit facilities that have been completely paid off are not mentioned in the credit report. CITOS is Credit Tip-Off Services. CITOS is a private firm that operates as a credit reporting agency CRA in Malaysia under the Credit Reporting Agency Act 2010. So
CITOS provide credit reporting and is commonly used by the financial organization to establish an applicant creditworthiness. So the CITOS report will include credit-related information such as bankruptcy, legal actions, and even case status. It will be included an individual company exposure, ownership and directorship if any exist. So CITOS create both the MyCITOS basic report and the MyCITOS score report. So CITOS does not offer any comment, opinion or blacklist individual. Furthermore, utilizing MyCITOS, the user can obtain their personal credit report from the store. Here's the example of the CITOS report, and this is the example of the secrets report. CITOS and the secrets important. This because for banks, secrets and CITOS are crucial since aid in determining whether an application is approved or disapproved. So this is because a bank must go through a credit approval process that involves looking at the borrower credit history. So next, reveal your credit score. So all the data in the secrets and the CITOS about the credit payment ability and the financial commitment is permanent and cannot be charged or removed.
We'll carry on with the benefits of having a good credit score. The first is low interest rates on credit cards and loans. Interest rate is determined by our credit score. So the good credit score we get, it can enable for us to qualify for the best interest rate and pay reduce finance costs on credit card balances and loans. It is easier to handle debt and have higher credit. So the second is we can get the best rates on car and home ownership insurance. With good credit score, we can get lower insurance premiums. Most of insurance firms build insurance risk score using information from credit report and insurance risk history. We also have the better negotiating power. This is an advantage for us to negotiate a lower interest rate or better repayment plan. So we have greater control and power. So lenders and banks we look at us like we are appeal like more trustworthy and financially secure. And then we also get approved for higher limits. Bank or lenders is more likely to trust us with a bigger credit limit. So it is also our advantage, which we can we have choice need a one-time or permanent credit limit increases. So if we have bad credit score, the bank or lenders will still approve our loans, but the amount will be limited. And the last is easier approval for rental houses and apartments. This credit score always used by landlords for screening process. So if you are having strong credit, okay, here are some of the tips how we can increase our credit score. So first is pay credit card balances strategically. This is the tips is we can set reminders on calendar to log in and make payments. Second is ask for a high credit limit. When our credit limit is increased, but debt remains the same, overall credit utilization is reduced. So it might help you to improve credit, rebuilding credit. So the tips is look for a secured card that discloses your credit activity to all three major credit reporting agencies.
So hi everyone, I will continue the talk on how to calculate the credit score. Different credit bureau use different formula to calculate each person's credit score. We shouldn't expect our credit score to be same across all these credit bureau. Okay, credit rating differ for two key factors, which are the data they use to calculate the credit score and the method they use to calculate our credit score. In general, financial institutions in Malaysia may assess our credit score using their own internal methodologies, or they will turn into two prominent credit report in Malaysia, which is CRIS and CITOS, to help them with the assessment. So, there are 5 factors that influence our credit score. First one is payment history. Your payment history will account you for 45% of our credit score. This indicates if you pay your bill on time and doesn't make late payment, it will not affect your credit score that much. Next, the amount you owe will account on your loans and credit card will account you for 20% of your overall credit score. This is determined by the total amount you owe and the type of account you have. So thirdly, 7% of your credit score is determined by the length of your credit score. The longer you have made payment on time, the higher your credit score. Another 40% of your credit score is determined by the type of account you have, and having a diverse set of accounts such as installment loan, house loan, and retail or the credit card may help you enhance your credit score. The final 40% are made up from your recent credit history. If you have lately opened a lot of account or apply to the open account, it may indicate the possible financial difficulty and reduce your score. Then I will explaining about the credit reporting agencies in Malaysia. There are 3 main credit reporting agencies in Malaysia. The first one is Central Credit Reference Information System, which is CCRIS. The Credit Bureau of Bank Negara Malaysia, mainly CCRIS, which collect credit information from Malaysian financial services providers such as bank, insurance broker, and even private enterprise that providing utility services such as Malaysian telecommunication companies. Next, CITOS Data System. Aside from CCRIS, CITOS is private company that provide credit reporting and is used commonly by financial institutions to establish an applicant credit worthiness. So, lastly, about the RMCI. RMCI, in which owned by Ram Holding Berhad, operates a credit bureau in Malaysia. RMCI launched a new market division in 2015 and target individual consumer, introducing 3 credit report and its own credit report, iScore.
For the feedback from the community partners, some of them choose to record the interview using voice since they are not as comfortable recording video.
From the service learning that have been conducted, it is really a beneficial knowledge that have been shared through the session. I learned more about credit score and how important it is in my future. Moreover, if having a good credit score will make my process to get loan and credit card easier. There are much benefits of people having a good credit score instead of bad credit score. Also, I got the tips on how to increase the credit score from the team. After this, I will be more alert on payment of my debt since it will affect my credit score.
From the previous personal credit score taught last Friday, what I learned is credit score. Having a credit score can make our financial life much easier. Aside from that, it also increases our chances of being approved for a credit card or a loan in future. This also made me realize that the timely payment of our credit card bills and the amount of debt we carry have the greatest influence on our credit score, and that having terrible credit can make life exceedingly difficult, from finding a job to finding place to live.
Hi guys, my name is Nadia. So actually I would like to say thank you for this group for inviting me for their previous talk session. So actually they have shared about a credit score. So now I know how important is actually credit score for our future, especially when we want to apply for a loan. And also I have knowledge on how actually credit score payment is being calculated. So based on the knowledge that I've gained about the credit score, so now I know on how to manage and make sure that our credit score is always in a good condition.
Waalaikum salam. Yes, sure can. First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me to join this webinar. I think this webinar gives me so much useful input to me and it's changed my perspective about spending.